This is Project Predict. What you're going to see is how this incredible software shows you in just a few short minutes if a project can make money. We all know if a project can't make money with 100% financing, you should probably walk. With that rule established, this software underwrites all projects 100% financed. Equity should only enter the picture after you know the project makes money. Let's log in, add a loan, and we're going to select a single-family detached project. Let's assume that this project has 50 buildable lots and that you know the average sales price would be about $200,000 per. And that comes to, of course, about $10 million. So we're going to enter $10 million. And when we click on it, you're going to see a budget. Immediately, we look at a land value improved of $2 million, hard costs of $5.5 million, soft costs of $1.5 million, and an estimate of 10% for a profit margin of $1 million. Because the project's financed, we're going to assume a payback to the bank or lender of 88% of every sale closed. We're also assuming there's a 10% down payment, and we're assuming that the cost of closing is 2%. Next step is to enter an interest rate, enter the total residential units, the absorption, 2. We're defaulting the maximum units that can be finished in a month. You're the builder. You would know if that's perfect, too high, or too low. We're also indicating in this exercise that sales and specs do not affect unsold inventory, which probably is part of your contract with the bank. Here, we also indicate that you can have 5 spec units. The bank may agree or disagree. Construction delay is always very important in the development of a project. We default at 0 because conceivably you may be buying fully improved lots. However, we're going to say that you require a 3-month delay before you can start construction of a new house. We're also estimating here that each house will take about 4 months. Let's make that 6. And there might be an association fee in a subdivision. Let's put in $100. The next step is critical. It's for models, and we are now to select the number of models, 3. Each model has a designated number. You can change that to a name. We're going to leave it as designated, but you must enter square footage for each one of those models. We're ready to calculate the budget. This exercise probably took about 2 minutes. Going to click on the budget and immediately go to Pro Forma, and we're going to look at the budget Pro Forma. An instant spreadsheet categorizing all line items as are required. We entered 2 sales per month. This project at that rate will take 35 months. We have a sellout of $10 million. Development costs of $8,861,487, $200,000 in closing costs, and a margin slightly less than 1%. You can see that we have a budget column and we have an analysis column. You cannot change any numbers in the budget column, but you can change all the categories in the analysis column. I'm going to show you what I mean. You can change model pricing. This is predicted, of course. In each case, let's say for purposes of discussion, we make this 190,000. This 210, this one 235. It increases the gross from 10 million to 10,525,000. The program is also calculated that the lowest price model will sell 9 times, that the middle price model will sell 32 times, and that the highest price model will sell 9 times. Let's change that. Let's say the lowest price model is going to sell 12 times. You get a warning that you have now exceeded the 50 units. If we change this to 29 times, we now have balanced the 50 units. Let's go back to a pro forma, and in this case we're going to look at the analysis pro forma, which reflects the changes that we made modifying the sellout. We're going to do the next one, which is land. It is conceivable that you are buying improved lots. If that be the case, we would click on yes. And then those lots would be picked up independently. However, we're anticipating improvements here, so we'll enter a value for improvements, and this is reflected on the pro forma for analysis here. Land is dispersed and improvements are made over a period of time. Hard costs are programmed at 50% of selling price for sticks and bricks. We're not going to change these numbers. Those are numbers you could do as you're analyzing a development. Soft costs, why don't we make a change or two, and we'll take appraisal and put in $100 per. We'll do the same thing for insurance. And let's say you negotiated a slightly better deal than $500 per month for inspections, and that's $400 per month. And you don't need engineering because that normally is in the improvements. You might need environmental, and let's put $5,000 in there. General administrative, of course, is the 2% fee for operating the project, and the indirect is for obviously on-site costs. The letter of credit would have been with the improvements, and in this case, soil test, let's say you had to do that too. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the analysis program. The changes occurred showing the sales price $10,485,000. The margin now is slightly higher. The costs have increased because we've modified the number of units sold. This is the equity screen. We're assuming that financing is available normally at 75% of this cost. This dollar will be eliminated. Equity is here. All of these line items can be modified to accommodate the loan requirements and your equity requirements. Continuing with underwriting a loan and taking it to an appraisal, and from the appraisal to actually starting a loan or construction of the project, which then provides for a lot schedule and trending of the development to ensure that you are making money or giving you the opportunity to make the changes necessary to sustain your profit. Thank you very much.